Hello and good evening, our beloved viewers. You are watching on live 9 p.m. edition. Here are the main headlines for this edition. In Rome, the Minister of Economy and Finance, Ilyas Musadawale, threatened cooperation with UNDP around the ADEEG, a national development plan. And the honors brings together national and international partners to preserve the achievement of global framework for action on refugees in the face of declining humanitarian funding. For the international scene, Spain wins its second world title after its victory against Lionel Messi's Argentina in 2026 World Cup. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. We open this edition with the cooperation between Djibouti and its international partners. We go to Rome, where the Minister of Economy, Ilyas Musadawale, paid a working visit to the UNDP Center. Ilyas Musadawale, accompanied by Ambassador of Djibouti to FAO, Mr. Idris Abdou, and the UNDP resident representative they paid a working visit today to the UNDP Center in Rome. This meeting will focus on the presentation of the ADEG National Development Plan 2025-2030 and the prospect for the collaboration between Djibouti and United Nations Development Programme. During this visit, the minister outlined the main national priorities in terms of economic development, industrialization, and sustainable management for the national and natural resources. The UNDP Center, for their part, present its mission on areas of intervention at the global and regional level. Still in the era of international cooperation, the focus now shifts to the prospect and the protection of refugees, preserving the achievement of the comprehensive refugees response framework in the face of declining international funding. This major concern was the focus of the expanded meeting on the Committee of the Comprehensive Refugees Response framework held this morning at the People's Palace. Chaired by the Secretary General of the Minister of Interior, this meeting brought together ambassador and member of diplomatic corps, the representative of United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, the representative of the World Food Programme, and the prefect of Djibouti City, but also the secretaries general for various ministries, a representative of national institution. Organized by the National Office for Assistance to Refugees and Disaster Victims in partnership with UNHCR, this meeting comes at a time of unprecedented cuts in humanitarian funding, jeopardizing the progress made in recent years for refugees and host communities. Since the creation of honors in February 1978, the Republic of Djibouti has welcomed and protect people forced to flee conflict and persecutions through to its traditions of hospitality and solidarity. Our country currently hosts nearly 35,000 refugees and asylum seekers, representing approximately 3.5% of its population. In his opening speech, the Executive Secretary of Honors, Mohammed Ali Kamil, outlined the challenges facing the national refugees protection system. He called for the urgent mobilization of technical and financial partners to preserve the achievement of the technical and financial partners to preserve the achievement of the CRF and ensure the continuity of essential service in the various sectors of intervention. For his part, the representative of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees in Djibouti, Ms. Sandrine, for her part, commended the leadership of Djiboutian government and reaffirmed UNHCR's commitment to continue its support despite a particularly difficult financial context. She also called for strengthened international solidarity to meet the growing need in refugees and host communities. Closing the proceeding, his speech, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Interior, Mr. Suleiman Mumin Roble, reaffirmed the Republic of Djibouti's unwavering commitment to the protection of refugees. He called on the international community to strengthen its support for the country in order to preserve the achievement of the comprehensive refugees response framework and consolidate efforts for peace, stability, and development in the Horn of Africa. Now we turn in Dakhel region where a new project is supporting young people and women toward economic independence. Dakhel region officially launched the awareness campaign for the Integrate Community Resilience Project, locally known as Khairat, organized by Djibouti Agency for Social Development. This ceremony marks a new strategy and a stage in the implementation of a program designed to strengthen the economic and social resilience of the population. The event brought together the prefect of Dakhel region and the president of the regional council, the director general of IDDS, representative from relevant ministries, Djibouti Chamber of Commerce, and numerous young entrepreneurs who came to learn about opportunities offered by the project. In their remarks, the authorities emphasized the essential role of entrepreneurship in job creation and fight against unemployment and poverty. The prefect of Dakhel region called on young people to seize this opportunity to realize the project and build a better future. In his speech, the president of the regional council, Mr. Mahad Hussein Roble, praised the importance of this project in supporting local initiative and encouraging entrepreneurship, emphasizing the empowerment of youth and women to acquire the necessary skill in providing sustainable economic opportunities, which is, he said, is a fundamental pillar for achieving balanced development and strengthening the resilience of local communities. For his part, the prefect of Dakhel region, Mr. Hassan Abdi Roble, affirmed in his speech during the ceremony that launching the awareness campaign for the Khairat project embodies the interests of highest leadership headed by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, in promoting the economic and social inclusion of the most vulnerable groups. He pointed out that Dakhel region possesses promising human resources, especially among youth and women, calling for creating the conditions that enable them to invest their capabilities and transform them into productive projects that contribute to the economic and social development of the region. The Director General of the agency, ADDS, said in his statement, he said the testimony provide that young people are capable of success, emphasizing that success is not only linked to degrees or job, but also to will, work, and initiative. The director pointed out to a successful example for the Tajora region where families and young people were able to develop their project thanks to support programs, saving groups, and solidarity initiative which contribute to the improving of their economic condition and lifting them out of poverty, he concluded. And other news now for the national news for the sporting news. Spain is World Cup victory. Spain won the 2026 FIFA World Cup, defeating Argentina with a score of 1-0 after extra time, thanks to a goal by Ferran Torres in the 106 minutes. That secured their second World Cup title after 2010 at the end of an intense final marked by a high-level tactical duel between two footballing powerhouses. In Djibouti, the World Cup final also brought together football fans in the CDC. The Community Development Center vibrated to the rhythm of the World Cup final. On July 19, Community Development Center hosted a screening of FIFA World Cup final, marking the culmination of an initiative led by the Minister of Youth and Culture. For several weeks, young people were able to follow the various matches of competition in this local space, transformed for the occasion into a true gathering place for sharing and connection. Beyond the supporting event, this final evening was a moment of convivial and social cohesion. A large audience gathered in a warm atmosphere where supporters of both teams share emotion moments of suspense and celebration, highlighting the role of football as a factor in bringing people together. Now, for the regional scene in Ethiopia, on the diplomatic front, Ethiopia assumed the presidency of Council of Ministers of the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States since July 16, 2026. Addis Ababa has held this responsibility with the ambition of strengthening South-South cooperation and amplifying the voice of developing countries on the international stage. Through this mandate, Ethiopia aimed in particular to promote investment, sustainable finance, technology transfer, and to advocate for the priorities of developing countries in the face of global challenges. And to finish this edition, head to Shanghai, where artificial intelligence is at the heart of a World Summit. The World Artificial Intelligence Summit brings together policymakers, researchers, and technology companies to discuss innovation, governance, and use responsible for AI. The participants call for strengthening international cooperation in order to support the development of this technology and to meet the challenges linked to digital security and economic transformation. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.